Alright, first off, I'd like to start in the name of God. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. I greet you all with the Islamic greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So first off, tonight's event is one of our events in a series that we have going on in Islam Awareness Quarter. And we have a very special guest with us. But before we get to that, we would like to begin with some ayahs from the Holy Quran. We have Brother Hamza that's going to recite a couple ayahs first.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أهل الكتاب قد جاءكم رسولنا يبين لكم كثيرا مما كنتم تخفون من الكتاب ويعفو عن كثير قد جاءكم من الله نور وكتاب مبين يهدي به الله من اتبع رضوانه سبل السلام ويخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور بإذنه ويهديهم إلى صراط مستقيم صدق الله العظيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. O people of the scripture, there has come to you our messenger, making clear to you much of what you used to conceal of the scripture and overlooking much. There has come to you from Allah a light and a clear book, by which Allah guides those who pursue His pleasure to the ways of peace and brings them out from darkness into the light, by His permission, and guides them to a straight path.
Just a quick bio, a quick brief about our guest that we have today. So we have Brother Amir with us, aka most of you know him as Loon. And he came onto the scene when he signed a record deal with Bad Boy Records, and he came out with some hit songs, I Need a Girl Part 1 and Part 2.
Part 10.
Part 10. And what was shocking, in 2009 is when he unexpectedly left the rap scene. 08.
December.
08. December of 08 is when he disappeared. So alhamdulillah, today we're privileged to get to hear the story about how his life changed and made some really big, huge life decisions. So without further ado, Brother Amir Junaid Muhadith, aka Loon.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My non-Muslim brothers and sisters, welcome. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam, ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. For those of you who attended the talk earlier, and for the sisters, alhamdulillah, I was able to talk to before the conference. Excuse me if I repeat some things because, I want to make sure that everyone understands my transition to Islam. Alhamdulillah, Allah guided me to Islam way before the music business. And it's something that, as Muslims we understand, also some of you non-Muslims might understand that, everything is decreed by the Creator. There's no such thing as circumstance, chance, and things of this nature. My journey to Islam started way before the music business. I was born and raised in the streets of New York City. You know, I grew up from generations and generations of people in my family who indulged in, you know, crime, drugs, violence, and things of this nature. These are the things I was exposed to growing up as a youth in the streets of New York City. And basically, you know, dealing with the day-to-day hustle and bustle of being in the streets of New York, everyone tries to find some therapeutic method of dealing with these issues. One is how we conduct ourselves as men, basically the type of, you know, front we like to put on physically, facially. You know, we like to run around with our face looking like a linen suit. Like we just mad all the time, and you know, we don't want anybody to bother us. So we kind of use this look as a means of, you know, self-defense or survival, so to say. So I lived in an environment where this facial expression was practiced to a serious degree. And as you all know, New York City is a place that's very multicultural. We have all kinds of nationalities, all kinds of ethnicities, race, color, culture. And basically, growing up, I've always been aware of, you know, other races besides myself. You know, I lived in a neighborhood where there were, you know, Asians, you know, Chinese people who own a chain of Chinese restaurants. You had the Yemenis brothers who own most of the delis. You got Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you know, West Africans, East Africans. And all of this was like basically, you know, balled up in one neighborhood. So we all shared something in common, and that was a means to survive. So basically, you know, moving around the streets of New York with my poker face, you know, I kind of found a way to, you know, my therapeutic method, which was writing. I had developed a very keen ability to write and express some of the things I was dealing with. You know, I wasn't the greatest student, you know, I failed math, but I knew how to count money. So, you know, alhamdulillah. But basically, I used to use writing as a form of therapy, so to say, or so to speak, like my diary. It's my diary, you know. Anything that was troubling me, something that I couldn't really deal with, you know, you don't want to express these things with the brothers because you want to keep this macho persona. You don't want to let them know there's any cracks in your armor. So I would use writing to just try to deal with some of these matters and be able to come back out and conduct myself in the same manner as yesterday. And basically by doing this, it gave me a means to express myself. But after a while, you know, I needed a conclusion, you know, so I started to incorporate my imagination and actually suffice in some of these matters. Then after that got old, I started to write songs. So mind you, I used to go everywhere pretty much with this little book. And I remember one day, you know, I was, you know, on my block hustling, me and the brother that I was, you know, getting money with at the time. And there was someone trying to sell me a car that, you know, he borrowed. So I figured if I pay for it, I can borrow it from him. And I remember, you know, the brother I was with was telling me not to borrow the car. He was like, yo, don't do that, man. Like, you know, we got stuff we doing out here, man. Like, you know, we doing big things. I don't need to be messing with that. I'm like, nah, chill, yo. I'm just gonna go around the block, man, see how I feel, man. It's a nice car. So, wallahi, I didn't even make it down the block. I didn't make it to the corner. Like, the police pulled me over, like, immediately. It's almost as if they was watching this guy. Pulled me over immediately, I get locked up. So basically, the brother that was out there with me, of course he came to bail me out, probably just to like, you know, tell me I told you so. Money wasn't really an issue. I said, he's just gonna pay to just, you know, make me feel bad. But when he came, he didn't. He actually did something that was weird. He started reciting things that was in my book. He started reciting things to me that only I knew. So I was looking at him like, yo, what is he doing right now? And he was like, yo, I was reading your book, man. I didn't even know you felt like that. I didn't know you was going through that type of stuff. And I'm really looking like, oh, man. You know, you ain't supposed to know all this, man. But instead of discouraging me, he encouraged me. He was basically saying like, yo, you know, the stuff you're doing is nice, man. You should pursue it. So, you know, I really just wanted my book back. I wasn't really interested in what he was saying at the time. I just really needed my book back. So he gave me my book, and, you know, and I took his advice, and I pondered on it, thought about it for a while, and I did. I started to pursue this.